I'm Nick with Peak. Today we're going to show you our top 5 off-road gear and accessories. These are items that we always take with us and have in the vehicle for just day trips for off-road use that are specifically related to off-road recovery or survival or whatever the case might be. We'll go over each of those things, why they're important. Follow along. So the essential piece that we always never leave home without is a good recovery kit. I just did another video. I'm putting in this one as well because of the importance of having a good recovery kit for a multitude of reasons. That's either recovering yourself, recovering somebody else, having the necessary tools to get you out of situations. We have the AV full recovery kit. This comes with everything from snatch straps to snatch blocks to soft shackles to kinetic ropes to all the things. It's really important to stress that not all recovery kits are created equal. So we solely rely on brands like Factor 55, ARB, or AAV for the best products you can get. You want to pay attention to things like the load ratings and the maximum braking strength. These are important to familiarize yourself with because that way you know that you're using the right gear for the right situation, as well as not putting yourself or someone else in harm's way by using it improperly and causing failure. So that, and always make sure to check your gear to make sure that it's in working order. But again, having one of these things, I can't stress highly enough of how important it is to have on board at all times. So another thing we want to make sure we're stressing on is the importance of hydration. There's times where you don't know if you're going to be stranded, you don't know how long you're going to get until a situation recovers to where you're stuck on a trail somewhere, a vehicle breakdown, you name it, whatever the case is possible. Having some kind of hydration, whether it be cases of water, a cooler like this to keep yourself hydrated. Make sure you bring the most important stuff to drink to get yourself off the trail. That's mine, but obviously water and everything else is important as well. Another useful component that we always recommend is some sort of communications. Most of our vehicles have onboard communications, so we have like hardwired Midland radios. These are really crucial for communicating with your group, but also being able to communicate out in the open and broadcast if you're having any issues, and people who have a GMRS will also pick that up. If you don't have an onboard radio, they do make handheld versions. This one's the Baofeng. These are also programmable, so you can utilize this with most frequencies. If you're licensed, you can use over AM frequencies and stuff like that. But if you don't have an onboard, at least get one of these. They make multiple versions of this with like longer range antennas. But this is at least something that's going to be able to communicate outward for you and get you out of a jam. So this is another piece of gear that we think is super important. This is a tool roll. These pack up really nice, as you just saw. I put this underneath the seat so it doesn't get in the way of anything. You want to fill this with the most important items that they're going to use. Obviously we have some ratchets, we have some wrenches, we have all kinds of stuff in here. You'll want to use this or cater this towards your vehicle. What's your most common fasteners? What are things you need to be able to take care of? But keeping everything here, having something on board at all times is super helpful because there's so many times where a clip can break or screws fall out or whatever happens, but at least you have something to get you out of a jam. Make sure you include zip ties because those things are God's nature or God's gift to fixing stuff. So being able to have this thing on the truck, very important. And finally, a piece of gear that everyone should always have is a first aid kit. They make these in different types of levels and different types of trauma. Familiarize with this as well. Make sure you have the tools in here. Check the expiration dates on certain items. When you use something, replenish it. I always recommend keeping a tourniquet on board as well, just in case anything happens or you need to be able to close or stop the bleed. Stop the bleed kits, you name it. But train yourself on this, buy the right gear, have it on board. If you have multiple vehicles, just have something like this where you can bring it with you and put it in each different vehicle or put one on every vehicle. So choice is yours, but again, I highly recommend one of these. Now I know I said 5, but I'm making a bonus item as well. This can also kind of go along the lines of the recovery kit, so it can kind of fill that kit as well. But these no-code jump packs are amazing. If you have a 3rd gen Colorado, you know what I'm talking about. But these things will get you out of a jam big time because the Colorado of ours has an onboard inverter, and if it's left on, it'll drain the battery like within hours. So if you forget to turn something off, you forget to unplug something, this guy will get you out of a jam. Again, make sure it's charged because we have the habit of buying things and never charging it, but these things will, this size one I think can do like 6 full jumps out of a completely dead battery. So we'd use them plenty. Also has a flashlight and all that kind of stuff too, but these things are awesome. I highly recommend keeping these on the truck as well. So that's our top 5 accessories that we think everyone should have on their truck. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Show us what you guys have on your trucks and maybe things that we didn't consider. Thanks for watching.